AI can give you the perfect diet plan, the perfect workout plan, the perfect fat loss strategy. So let me ask you this. If AI knows everything about fat loss, why are millions of people all across the world still fat, still obese? And why do most guys who ask ChatGPT for a fitness plan still look exactly the same a year later? How is that possible? I will tell you why. Because the truth is, AI won't help you lose body fat. And in this video, I'm going to explain why. But first, if you are a busy guy who wants to drop 30 to 50 pounds without giving up your favorite foods or spending hours in a gym, go ahead and join my free fat loss group. The link will be in the description down below. I have a bunch of free courses, free ebooks, recipe guides, everything that you would possibly need to, at the very least, start your health and fitness journey. The link will be in the description down below. Now, for those of you who are new here, my name is Cohnan. I've competed in 3 bodybuilding shows, I've run 6 marathons, and I've competed in 2 high rocks competitions. And through our online coaching program, we've helped hundreds of busy, career-driven men and women lose 30 to 50 pounds and keep it off long term. And what I've noticed recently is more and more people are trying to use AI. And I think it's a good idea, right, to get familiar with this because it's definitely the future. But they use AI instead of like coaching, instead of having the real life interaction. And on paper, it sounds smart, saving some money, it's convenient, but it's 9 times out of 10 fails. So let me explain to you why. AI gives you information, but it gives you zero implementation. AI can give you all the information in the world. It knows everything. It knows a whole lot more than you do. And you know that. So that is why you ask it questions. You ask it for advice. You ask it for whatever you want. Workout programs, meal plans, fat loss strategies. But information alone doesn't create results. I guarantee you, if I were to ask you right now, hey, Tim, hey, Bob, hey, whatever your name is, how do you lose body fat? You probably know how to do that, right? On paper. I gotta eat less calories than I burn. I gotta exercise. I gotta move my body. I gotta eat some protein. I gotta lift weights. I gotta make sure I get stronger over time, progressive overload, blah, 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 blah. We all know this. It doesn't take a personal trainer or someone with a PhD in kinesiology to figure that out. The average Joe on the street knows how to do it. But the average Joe is also overweight and fat. So what's going on here? It seems a bit incongruent, right? Where everyone knows how to do something, but then not everyone has the results of that knowledge. So what's going on here? There's some conflict here, right? And that is because information alone doesn't create results, but implementation does. Actually doing something, taking action with that information. That is what creates the results. In fact, research from the American Society for Training and Development found that people who are held accountable by another person, not by a robot, not by a computer, are 65% more likely to achieve their goals. And if they schedule regular accountability check-in calls, their success rate jumps to 95%. They didn't give them more information. They didn't give them more of anything other than more accountability, right? And this is exactly why most people fail with ChatGPT and why they fail with AI, because AI doesn't care if you actually do the work or not. Its only job is to tell you what you ask it to do. So it won't check if you hit your steps. It won't notice if you binge on your diet at night. And it won't call you out on your BS whenever you're making excuses. It just gives you information. It gives you stuff and then expects you to take action with that. It hopes you use it, but most people don't. It's almost like this dopamine hit, right? Where a lot of people like searching for things, researching things, and just like knowing more information, right? There's a reason why people like watching YouTube videos and like reading books and like doing all these things, because that's the easy part, right? Anyone can go on ChatGPT and write something, write a prompt, do something, It feels productive. It feels like you're actually doing something, right? And you get all these dopamine hits. You feel good about yourself. You're like, yeah, I did something beneficial. I did something productive today. But then you look at yourself a week later, a month later, a year later, and you're in the exact same situation. And by the way, this doesn't just apply to fitness. This applies to everything. There's a lot of people who want to start a new business. A lot of people who want to start getting into a relationship. You can read all the business books in the world. You can read all the tips on how to date people, how to go on the first date, how to go on the second date, how to do all these things. You could do everything, but unless you actually implement what you learn, it means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. And here's another thing. I'm not sure if you guys have noticed this already. I think most of you already have. AI has been around for at least ChatGPT since like late 2022, right? And most of you have probably used it to some extent. But have you noticed that AI is a yes man? This is another big problem. AI is designed to make you happy, not to challenge you, not to call you out, not to tell you the uncomfortable truth. If you tell AI, hey, is it possible for me to lose my body fat while still drinking alcohol and skipping workouts and neglecting my sleep? It will usually respond with something like, yes, it is possible in moderation. And it'll tell you exactly what you want to hear. You could ask it for the most absurd thing ever, and it'll figure out a way to make you happy, to find a good answer that you're happy with. Because at the end of the day, like, you got to know that AI, it is a business, and it is all about customer satisfaction. And a lot of people love AI when it tells us exactly what it wants to hear, right? I want to lose fats, but I don't want to put in the work. How can I do that? Put it into AI and it'll figure something out, and you'll be happy. You get a dopamine hit, you feel productive, and then you do nothing, right? Because you do nothing with the information, zero implementation. But a real coach, a real human being, someone like myself, right, will tell you the truth. I will call you out on your BS. I call my clients out on their BS, not because I don't care about them. It's actually because I do care about them, right? When you were a kid growing up, your parents were probably really strict on you. If they were, it meant that they didn't hate you. It meant that because they loved you, they wanted the best for you. And they know in order for you to actually make the changes that they want you to make, in order to behave the way that they want you to behave in, they got to be strict. They can't just be like loose with you and say, oh, that's fine. Oh, eat junk food. Oh, yeah, steal from your friends. Oh, yeah, do this. No, that's totally cool. Like, no, they grounded you if you did something poorly. They punished you if you did something poorly, not because they hated you, because they loved you, right? Same thing as a coach. Coaches aren't strict. They don't want to punish you with workouts or with eating healthy. No, they tell you to do that because they want the best for you. And they know that by you doing those things, you will get the results you want. A bad coach would say, oh, yeah, you can eat pizza every single day. You can skip workouts. Yeah, you'll be happy, right? It's like, oh, my coach just told me I can eat pizza and miss my workout today. Ha, 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 ha. You'll be happy, right? But your results won't be. So there's a big difference between making you happy versus actually seeing results. And of course, there's this happy medium there where you can still do the things you enjoy in moderation, but just to get the point across, like, this is the case. A real coach will tell you the truth. No, that's exactly why you're still fat. A coach doesn't exist to protect your feelings. A coach exists to protect your results. And there's a big difference there, right? And sometimes, most of the time, that means telling you things that you probably don't want to hear. You probably don't want to hear that you should do some more cardio. You probably don't want to hear that you should probably eat a bit less. But it is required in order for you to see results. So ask yourself this question: do I want to feel happy, or do I actually want results? There's a big difference. And you have to be honest with yourself, because a lot of people would rather be comfortable and just not see the results that they truly want, as opposed to, just facing reality, putting in the work in order to see the results that they actually want. And here's another thing, and I've alluded to this earlier, but AI doesn't hold you accountable. This is probably the biggest difference. It won't hold you accountable by not asking you, did you hit your calories today? Did you get your workout in? Did you walk your steps? Did you get your 7 to 9 hours of sleep in? Did you drink enough water? It won't ask you that. It'll tell you to do that, but it won't follow up. It won't see in real time if you actually did that or not, which we do inside of our coaching program, because fat loss is not about knowledge. It is about daily habits, the things that you do on a daily basis that actually move the needle. And most people don't fail because they lack information. They fail because they lack the structure. They lack the accountability. And unfortunately, ChatGPT cannot help you with that. Now, when I was prepping for my 3 bodybuilding shows, I did my first one in 2021. I did my second one in 2025, and then my third one late in 2025. I've done 3, and I already knew exactly what to do, right? I knew the calories, I knew the workouts, I knew the cardio, I knew everything. But despite that, guess what I did? I still hired a coach. Now you're probably wondering, why did you hire a coach? Aren't you a coach? Shouldn't you hold yourself accountable? Blah, 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 blah. The best athletes, the best people, despite being coaches, have coaches. Michael Jordan, Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo. These are tip-top phenomenal athletes, but they still have coaches. And the coaches may not be a better athlete than them, but they hold them accountable. They make sure to put in the work. No matter how much discipline you have, no matter how much willpower you have, having someone that actually overlooks you, reviews your workouts, reviews everything, despite you knowing what to do, can actually make a huge, huge difference. Because when someone is watching your progress every single day, every single week, every single month, you stop making excuses. And we always have this small little voice in our head, especially when things get tough. You're tired, you're lazy, you had a poor night of sleep, that tells you, hey, it's okay to skip your workout today. You worked hard. You deserve that slice of pizza. You can skip your meal plan. You can skip your workout. You can skip your whatever. There's always that part of your brain that tells you that. No matter how disciplined you are, no matter how much motivation you have. Even I had this, right? Like whenever I'm tired, whenever I'm lazy, there's always something in the back of my mind that tells me like, hey, dude, it's okay. Just take your time off. Eat that piece of pizza. Do whatever feels best in the moment. Listen to your body, right? But if you actually have a coach overlooking you and you know that he's going to be reviewing your diary, your food diary, your workouts, he's going to call you out. And so by having that external accountability, you actually put into work regardless of how you feel. And you stop making excuses and you start executing. And that right there is when results actually start to happen. And now one of my clients came to me after trying everything, right? He tried the keto diet, he tried intermittent fasting, paleo, 75-day hard challenges, even AI generated workout programs. He had all the knowledge, he had all the tools, he had everything he would possibly need to be successful on his weight loss journey, but he was still stuck 40 pounds overweight. What the heck, right? Now, the moment he joined our program and he invested into himself and he got that external accountability, we implemented structured workout programs, clear nutrition targets, weekly accountability check-ins, and daily habit tracking. And within months, he dropped over 50 pounds in the best shape possible. Not because he learned something new. We did not teach him something that he did not know already, but because he finally implemented consistently. He actually took his knowledge and put it to use. And guess what? He actually saw results because of that. Wow, fascinating. Who would have known that if you actually put in the work, you would actually see results? So with all of this said and done, I have completely just bashed on AI and ChatGPT. So you're probably left wondering, okay, Cohnan, thanks for telling me, but what actually works? I think you know where I'm going to get to now, right? Here is why online coaching is superior than any other tool, any other method. Now, some people will say and argue that why not just hire an in-person trainer? Now, I used to be an in-person trainer. When I first got started, when I first got my certificate back in 2020, I started on the gym floor. I started coaching people in person, right? And in-person trainers are phenomenal. They're great for workouts, for training, but most of them only see you for maybe 2-3 hours per week, if even that. And fat loss happens during the other 165 hours of the week. It doesn't happen in this small period when you're with your trainer for that quick little workout. Like, yes, that's when you actually do your workout, but people know this. You know this. When it comes to fat loss, workouts are maybe 20% of your results, if even that, 15, 10%. The biggest part is your lifestyle, is your habits, is your nutrition, is your sleep, is your stress management. These things actually move the needle towards you losing the fat versus you not and you staying stuck. Because I know people who hire in-person trainers and they're with them Monday, Wednesday, Friday. They do the workouts. They break a sweat. They feel good about themselves, but they're still fat. They're still overweight. They're still 50 pounds overweight. And that is because their nutrition is not dialed in. Their sleep is not dialed in. They have horrible habits. And that literally goes to show you that, hey, no matter how hard you work in the gym, you cannot outtrain a bad diet, right? And so that is why online coaching is so powerful, because fat loss happens in the kitchen, in your habits, in your lifestyle, in your sleep. Because with online coaching, you get a customized training program that you can do at any time. You don't need to schedule time to go into the gym that both fits your schedule and the trainer's schedule. You can go at any time. You can go to the hotel gym, the apartment gym, the gym close by. You can do home workouts. If you miss a workout, you can move workouts around if you're sick, if you're traveling, if you're with your kids that day. Very flexible when it comes to the workouts. A structured nutrition system that still allows you to eat your favorite foods while losing the body fat. It's one of these things where we don't really provide meal plans. At least we don't. We do to some people who like the structure, but more importantly, we really want to teach you, like, hey, if you just hit your calories, if you hit your macros, and if you have that knowledge around nutrition, you have so much more flexibility where you're able to, go out to your restaurant, eat your favorite snacks, eat different foods at different times if you want to, of course, while also losing body fat, right? Whereas people who give out meal plans, it literally puts you in this box of like, hey, anything outside of this meal plan, you cannot eat. These foods are off limits. And that is what creates a poor relationship with food and very inflexible. It means that you cannot eat out at your favorite restaurants. It means that you cannot eat your favorite snacks. It means that you cannot eat foods that are considered off plan, right? We don't like to do that with our clients because we know that they travel. We know that they have dinner nights, date nights, and they like eating different foods, right? So not only a customized training program, but a structured nutrition system that allows for flexibility. On top of that too, online coaching provides lifestyle habit coaching, right? Weekly accountability and constant 24/7 communication. Everything working together and not just your workouts. So here is the uncomfortable truth. People don't stay overweight because they lack information. They stay fat because they never fully commit. They never invest into themselves. You may think you're investing into yourself by having a $20 GBPT subscription, but let's be honest here, that's not really going to do a whole lot in terms of like you putting skin in the game. You probably have tens of other subscriptions, Hulu, Netflix, all these other things. So paying for a $10 subscription isn't really going to do a whole lot, right? People stay fat because they never like truly invest into themselves. They never truly put skin in the game. And when something costs nothing to you, you treat it like it's worth nothing, right? So if you're tired of random diets, or random workout programs that ChatGPT just spits out to you, or asking AI for fitness advice that you actually never follow, that is just general cookie cutter knowledge, then it might be time for you to actually step up and hire a real coach that actually cares about you and your results. Someone who will give you the structure and, more importantly, actually hold you accountable, right? And the system, the habits to finally lose that 30 to 50 pounds you've been struggling with for months, if not years, if not decades. You know AI won't save you. You know it won't spoon feed you the results. And if you want help doing exactly that, what I just alluded to, you can book a free consultation call with me down below, where we'll go over your current goals. We'll see exactly how much weight you're looking to lose. We'll go over your current struggles. We'll see exactly what's holding you back right now from achieving those goals. And then we'll create a game plan together to help you absolutely demolish these goals in the next 3 to 6 months. If that sounds good to you, the link will be in the description down below, and I'll see you all there. Peace.